The mainstream people, if see a rose, usually the people think it is art. But I'm an artist, so I know this is just a rose.
Art is just anything that you are creating. So a tattoo artist is making like tattoos, and tattoos of any kind on any body is art. Even if it fades and changes and it goes through like cover-ups and like, you know, fades away, it's still art, yeah.
So if it's a copy, you would argue that it's also art, regardless of...
Yeah, because if you copy art, it's still art, yeah.
Art, when you leave the real things. So I think if you do a nice copy drawing, it is no art, just a copy. It is just technique.
We're not like printers, so it's not like you get a print on it. There's still a person like sitting in front of you and just like making the movement to get the same exact picture you want on your arm. This one took me like, I think, 3 days. It was really hard.
I really like that one. So you're free drawing?
Oh yeah. If it's a good copy, but without my soul, it doesn't be the same, you know, like when I do it, because I have my soul on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Somebody told me I should try to always put a little bit of my own style into it. So when somebody sends me a picture of a design, I just change a tiny little bit.
My client want my own style, and if somebody want a different style, usually I don't work for him or her.
You know, I have ideas that I want, you know, embodied, but I don't always have the final vision of that, of like what that's going to be. So a tattoo for me is an expression of art for the artist who makes it and the person who wears it around.
It was like a sketch that she had on her notebook. She did it on my ankle. Like, I felt as though, yeah, like it was an artistic expression of hers, but not for me. Like, okay, enough?
Yeah,
cool.
Just like, yeah. Some movements, yeah.
Okay.
When you see somebody covered head to toe in tattoos, they may not find meaning in all of their tattoos, but like altogether image.
I think the artistic tattoos has a real meaning. For me is the most important thing. Only one line could be art, but it has a meaning. It has a technical, professional work.
Yeah. If it's just a line, it still has a meaning, because I had a really bad shape and I just do it myself, and I remember the strong feeling and this freedom, and yeah, it's this way everything has a meaning.
It was meaningful because it didn't have meaning. Because it was the first time I was like, it doesn't matter. I just think it's going to look nice, and I really want to be able to like have that on my body and not have to think about whether or not I can explain it to someone.
No, I just wanted to get your hands.
Superficially speaking, it's sort of like a cosmetic or like cosmetic procedure you do that adds a certain, that kind of like adds a certain something to your body. So to me, it means more that. It like reminds me of my Armenian Palestinian grandmother that used to have weird tattoos on her back of like, I don't know, weird like like, I don't know, Bible verses or whatever. And it's like a commemoration process.
It actually turned out really nice. I didn't expect it to. And like, even if it didn't, it would have been fine because it was more about me and my connection to my friends and my chosen family that I was leaving behind. And it was more about that connection to them. And I'm glad I have like that physical thing on my wall that reminds me of them, but also this physical thing on my body that reminds me that I have people that care about me, and I have people that are in other parts of the world that hold me dear just like I do them. I see this as like me adding to myself, like the same way that I buy clothes or I get piercings or I like decide how to put together outfits. I see my body art as like a part of like incorporating that into how I express myself as a person.
It's like the first thing that a person will probably see out there and like make thought like kind of think about you before they even get to know you. So it's like it's in a way really commodifying your character, your identity.
For me, a tattoo is kind of like a painting that can walk around. Like, as opposed to one that just stays in your house, you can show it to as many people as possible.
I think it's the nicest exhibition because it's always moving and spread away around the world, because a lot of people come from abroad, and I'm really happy about that. A lot of my paintings on the skin travel around the world, and it's like a moving exhibition.
We have to ride like 100